Hey everybody, Frank Scappaticci here, Grayline Investments. Today, I was thinking about what to cover in my Friday live session. And with the new year starting out, everyone going back to work, with tax season quickly approaching upon us, I just went through all of our tax documentation requirements with our CPA. And what I've come to the conclusion is this time of year can be a stressful time for real estate investors. The vacation's over. Everyone's got their New Year's resolution. We're coming out hot. Sometimes you might struggle a little bit. You have a lot of administrative burden at the beginning of the year, like I said, with taxes. So it's easy to start to feel overwhelmed right out the gate. And although our business is doing really well, I still respect that. It's easy for that to happen. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about organization, staying organized, keeping the teams motivated, and how we go about doing some of those things. Now, that sounds boring and it's not deal-centric like a lot of our videos, but just if you're still watching, just tune in. I'm going to try to make this as fun as I can. So one thing we had anxiety over at the beginning of the year is our KPIs. We are at the point now where we can evaluate our cost per lead, and we can see how much our marketing dollars, how far it's taking us from a wholesaling perspective. But we felt like we were not doing a great job in terms of creating competition and motivating our own teams. So John, my partner, had a really good idea on the acquisition side of the fence. We're going to create a scoreboard, right? Because now we have a huge team of awesome virtual assistants in the Philippines and in Pakistan. And we want to have like some competition to keep them motivated. So I'm going to share my screen and just tell you what we did today. And I feel really, really good about it. So, and then after this, I'll go over how we stay organized. So this is the name of all of these numbers are all made up, by the way, so just ignore them. But we put a prototype together of a leaderboard. We want everyone in our team to have their numbers, right? How many contracts they got in the last 30 days, how many qualified leads they got in the last 30 days. And we want to have a running 30-day count. This is how we create competition. And every single day, we're going to start recording how many calls they made, how many outbound messages they made, how many leads they generated, and then start calculating all those different ratios. This is also good because at the end of the month or however often you record your KPIs, the raw data is right there, right? So I think that's super, super helpful. Now, this isn't the prettiest dashboard. Like, obviously, we can improve upon this. And we didn't want to pay like $1,000 to have someone set it up for us or to buy another subscription because we already have 1 million of them and we spend a ton of money on all these different applications, Launch Control, PropStream, Drop Cowboy, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on and on. Monday.com. We have all these subscriptions. We don't want to do another one. How do we make this easy? What we're going to do is this. We're going to have our virtual assistants fill in our KPI dashboard managed by our wonderful Joycey and Diane. And we're going to simply pay someone on Fiverr $75 to do it. So I went into Fiverr today, found someone with 5-star reviews that's really good at Google Data Studio. This guy had 241 reviews. He still got 5 stars. It's like the top dude. I guess I'm making a video plugging this guy, but still, like, it's supposed to be awesome. I spent $75, and what he'll do is I get him the link to this document, which is on our Google Drive. I give him access. I sent him my requirements, and I paid him $75. And supposedly next Wednesday, I'm going to have a real-time KPI dashboard or a scoreboard for our entire company. And then if he does a good job on this, we'll do it again for our monthly KPIs. And that is a great way to take your Excel doc-based business and to cheaply move it into a real-time Google Data Studio. So I was super pumped about this. It also gives me like relief because it's something I was responsible for that I wasn't feeling really very good about how good of a job I was doing. And now I can just delegate it for less than $100. So that's a tip. That's helping you stay organized. Other thing I wanted to go over today is the other parts of the real estate business that are not on your acquisitions dashboard or in your Podio. The things like managing the homes that you already own, being able to keep track of all the debt that you owe if you have hard money loans out, keeping track of the loans you've lent out, and like, how do we do that in our business? And I really appreciate this now that I'm trying to work with my CPA. I'm glad we did it actually previously in the year, or else I'd probably be under a lot of stress. So I'll show you how we use Monday to keep ourselves organized. This is our acquisitions pipeline. This one's kind of self-explanatory. We have qualified leads. We have need more info. So that's kind of like in workflow. Follow-up or drip, nurturing, AWOL. These terms are, they're not specific to Grayline. A lot of people use these. The one thing that's good though is our lead manager, or excuse me, our acquisition manager, Adam, has it set up so everything in purple, he talks to these people every single week until the contract is closed. And then everything below that, Diane and the rest of our lead specialists can manage it and qualify those leads. So Adam has now set it up so that he doesn't have to talk to all, 5,000 people on the board right now. He only's got to talk to about these 25 this week. So, I mean, if you're in the acquisition side, I highly advise getting some type of system set up if you're trying to achieve some scale. But I'm going to go over our C2C, our assets under management, and our lending pipeline just to show you guys how we stay organized. So C2C, this is our board right now. I think we have 12 to 15 properties on it. We have multiple statuses that reflect the work that needs to be done. We have a workflow status. That means we're doing due diligence. That's what yellow stands for. Blue means we're getting all the materials ready to market it. We need photos. We have to schedule walkthrough dates, and we got to get all that stuff together so that we're ready for the next step. And here, marketing. This is probably the most important part of our process on the disposition side. And you can see we've put all of our workflow, like check boxes, or all the steps in our process on our board, right? So pictures, are they done? Yes. Walkthrough booked, working on it. Did we put the deal on our website? Yes. Did we start our marketing outbound messaging campaigning high level? Yes. Have we started blitzing social media? Yes. If those things fail, we don't drum up any interest, we start cold calling agents. If that fails, we go on Bigger Pockets and other websites, and we scrub those websites looking for buyers in the area where the home is located. And then we confirm the buyers that are attending. In our business, we cap the number of cash buyers at a property at 5. And the reason we do that is in the COVID environment, you have more than 5 people show up. Sellers tend to get a little uneasy. Tenants become uncomfortable. And also, sometimes you alienate some of your buyers because you start creating like a crazy bidding war situation. And while that might net you $1,000, $2,000, it kind of prevents you from strengthening any relationships. I would also argue if you get 5 qualified, legitimate buyers to a walkthrough and that doesn't sell, that deal is quite suspect to me. And then, so anyway, that's our marketing workflow process. And you can see in Monday, it's pretty easy. The statuses are done, working on it, stuck. If I wanted to edit any of these statuses, I could just do so. All these labels are customizable. All these columns are customizable as well. I think if you're doing any type of project management in your company in 2021, your tool should be highly customizable, similar to Monday or Asana is. It's really beneficial that we can update, manipulate, and change these columns whenever we want. It's basically like a really organized Excel sheet. We also can use it. We don't strictly use this as our CRM, but you can. We use Go High Level for some client communications, but you can put all your comments in here as well. So I think that's a really important feature for your CRMs. Anyway, so this is good. This is basically the wholesale process. This is how we manage it on the C2C side. But in addition to that, like there's all these other ankle biters in our company. And you have to remember them, right? Like you can't just forget about the 10 houses you own. So we keep track of those in here as well. So we have an assets under management board, or AUM. And you can see we have our workflow built into here as well, right? So capital raised, yes. Are the utilities on? Especially if you're flipping a home, make sure the utilities are on so your contractor could show up and do the work. Do you have insurance or umbrella insurance? If you need a property manager, do you have one? Is the rehab scheduled? Is it done? What's your exit strategy? We keep track of this because we have multiple exit strategies in our business. So we do flips, we do long-term rentals, lease options. It says STR there. We don't do short-term rentals. I don't know why I put that in there. But again, these are all customizable. And then I keep track of our completed deals and I keep track of our expected profit when we first started to do the flip, or when we were in the purchasing process for the flip, versus our actual profit. The reason I do that is like over time, I want to see how good we are at estimating our profit and our revenue. If we're getting really good at it, that means to me, we should be doing more flips, buying more houses, which we're going to start doing. If not, then we got to tweak our process. Luckily for us, we've had some good fortune on our flips. Other thing, I think it's good to manage your debt. You could put this in your QuickBooks, all your debts or your accounts receivables, all that stuff. You could do that there. I think that's totally fine. I also keep track of it here because I just spend more time in Monday and I like to have a close pulse on it. So I also keep track of our debt or hard money loans here as well, right? So you can see, I don't want to really spend too much time here. But you can see all the people that lent us money this year. We've borrowed just over 700 grand, or that's how many open loans we have. We've paid off 120. I actually have 2 of these closing in the next week, so this number will come down to about 500. And this is how I keep track of our interest rates, our monthly payments. And this kind of makes it easy too when I give it to our CPA, all our documentations. Like he kind of can see all of our loan terms right there. And then we have 1 loan out, and I keep track of that here as well. What I'm getting at is like, stay organized. Like it's very easy in the wholesaling space. Let me stop sharing. It's very easy in the wholesaling space to focus only on the hustle. That's what we're all good at. We're all good at sales. We're all good at getting on the phone, negotiating with sellers, executing transactional marketing, going live on Facebook, doing all this stuff. But it will relieve some stress, especially this time of the year, if in 2022 you have your ducks in a row. And I probably only spend, to be honest, 30 minutes max a week doing this stuff. Before I go, I'm going to cut this one a little short. I know I've only been on for 11 minutes, but I got to remember, if you're liking this video, you like our content, please check our websites out, graylineinvestments.com, graylineacademy.com, if you're interested in being part of our mastermind, or give this video a like, throw it in the comments. I got a couple of comments here. Okay, I think those are our virtual assistants. I can't see the names, but thank you guys. But it helps us, helps get our reach up, and we appreciate it. But that's all I had today. My video is going to be a little bit short. If you have questions on this stuff, how to stay organized, how to run your business, not just hustle in the business, happy to talk about it. I'm on Facebook too. You can DM me. It's all good. So appreciate it, guys, and have a great weekend. It's Friday. Try to relax, spend some time with the family, and have a good evening. Thanks.